And we're live. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time. Been a long time since I rock and roll. But after a long hiatus, excuse me, and some struggles with on the technical front, we are back in the saddle, back in the command and control center here at Jonathan 1970. Made some minor adjustments, some lighting and camera and microphone and whatnot, with quite a bit of help from friends. Yeah, I changed things around and put the fragrances behind me, as I understand that is required viewing in Fricom. Anywho, yeah, so where did we leave off? We left off after, I think the last video I said that I would start showing off hauls that I'd gotten, ranging all the way back to pre-summer of last year, spring of last year. Everything, and things from the holidays, things from my birthday, for Christmas. I've got a number of hauls on this table. I've got a whole pile of hauls on that far table, and then what I'll be showing today, I have down the side of my desk here, I have a couple of different hauls that I've gotten from Anuj and others. We'll go over those today, but yeah, so hopefully I sound good. Hair looks good. I don't look too old. The grays are starting to come in, but what are you going to do? I guess we'll do a little housekeeping. Coffee cup of the day, Old Faithful. Still not comfortable with that word, corksicle. Suspect word. Might have to throw that cup out eventually. What am I sampling? Scent of the day. Scent of the day is this beauty. This is a duck favorite, and I finally got my hands on it. Essentia by Loewe. Very nice. Duck wasn't kidding. This is a good fragrance. I'm a fan of Loewe Pour Homme, and this one didn't disappoint either. I'm going to have to check out some of the rest of the house too. What I'm sampling, I'm sampling two things. I usually sample something on each hand, and one thing I'm sampling is this little gem that I pulled out of this sample box, and that is, I don't know if you'll be able to see or read that, but this is Ciel de Goum. I have a precious few drops left, by Mason Francis Kirkshon, and someday, somehow, I would love to have a bottle of this. It is very good stuff. Very good. I am also sampling something that I got from Keith, Manly Scents, over in Malta. He sent this along with a haul that I'll be going over later. This is called Veil Pour Homme. I'm pretty sure it's Veil Pour Homme. Veil. I don't think it's Weil. I don't think it's Wheel. I think it's Veil. It's a V for the German pronunciation, but I could be wrong. From 1980. This is a fantastic fragrance. Oh man, herbal, just a classic fougere. Okay, pardon me. All right, so let's start at the start. This is not something I bought. This is actually, the first thing I'm going to show you was sent kindly along with one of my hauls. This fragrance, I think Ramsey put this on my radar, and I asked Anuj about it, and he didn't have a full bottle, but he did have a partial. And in his generous and kind fashion, he sent this along with one of my hauls, just so I could get my nose on it to see if it's something worth going after. And holy cow, I gotta tell you, spicy, fruity citrus, 1985, Adidas. Who knew? I've been blown away by it. I spray it on every morning with my coffee. I'm like, I can't get over how good it is. And he didn't stop there with his kindness. He knows that I like the ancillary products. Um, I'll be showing off some shave foams that I picked up as well. I also have a collection of them. I'll show off one of these days. But he sent along with the Adidas. He sent along this shampoo, and you would think shampoos wouldn't hold up so well, but I washed my hands with this the other day, and it's fantastic. It smells awesome. I'm definitely going to be using that. It doesn't stop there. Anuj never ceases to amaze me. Um, Anuj from Enchanté Perfumes, enchantéperfumes.com. He sent along this bar of soap. How cool is that? I love that these things still exist, and Anuj has them. Uh, he's got a fantastic catalog of vintages, but he also has tons of the side products, tons of the soaps and shampoos, shave foams. You can't find that kind of stuff out in the wild, and it's such a it tickles me that he has this stuff. And speaking of some of the ancillary products, what I've been doing recently is that when I find something that I'm curious about, uh, if you can't get a decant, the next best thing is to get the aftershave, which is 9 out of 10 times far cheaper, and that's what I did in this case. This is Ralph Lauren's Romance. I got this from Anuj as well, from Enchanté. Um, for some reason, it's gotten hype over the last few months, and I don't know from where, but I'm just curious about it. And it is very good. It is very good. But in this instance, I'm glad I only went after the cheaper aftershave. I think this will be enough for me. I don't think I'm going to pony up the big money um, for the EDT. But and as a footnote to that, don't if you run into something that you've been wanting and it's got a unicorn price tag, and you can't somehow get your hands on a decant or whatever, don't overlook the vintage aftershaves. They are in many cases very good. Those vintage aftershaves were made with care, and they are given the same attention that a lot of the regular releases, the EDTs and EDPs. I have a number of aftershaves in my collection, and I'm not shy about it. If there's something that I like but don't love, and I don't want to spend that extra $100, $200, $300 in some cases, the aftershaves, I'm great with that. So you splash a little bit more on, fine with me. A couple extra splashes saves me a couple extra $100. Yeah, that makes sense. Another from Anuj. I've been going after all of the Aramis releases, as I hear they're axing a number, if not all of them, with the exception of the flagship Aramis. And Ramsey had been talking about this quite a bit recently, so I kind of nudged it to the front of the line and picked this up. This is Devon Country Eau de Cologne. I love that name. Great fragrance. Galbanum. And again, with Anuj's presentations and bottles, always keeps things cherry in pristine condition. That's why I continue to patronize his store. Ramsey also likened this to something I picked up this past year as well. He likened it to Les Abstraits de Cendres. And on initial sniff of, now I've had this for a little while and I just got that recently. On initial sniff, wow, de Cendres is so damn good. I got what he was saying about the Devon. But the more I get to know Devon and the longer I sit with both of them, the more they move apart. But it's a good shout. It's a good shout for sure. But de Cendres is something special. De Cendres wall to wall smoke and patchouli and castoreum, and it has those those notes that kind of dance around inside that smoke, the galbanum and the florals, and it's just so good. It's so damn good. Yeah, what Eugene did with Antoine Lee is it's not short of what I thought they were going to do. It's amazing, really amazing. And yeah, that's not a paid sponsorship. I paid for all three of those motherfuckers. Anyway, here is another that I picked up from Anuj. This has been long on my list to pick up, and I don't know why I didn't pick it up sooner, as I am a big fan of Guerlain, and this is Heritage. And you can see the dent I already put in this. Phenomenal. It's nothing short of fantastic, great, gentlemanly fragrance. It's a little more powdery than I anticipated. It's the first time I'm smelling, since this bottle here is the first time I'm ever smelling Heritage, and I'd heard that it was powdery, and I kind of built a profile in my head of what it would be like, but I didn't anticipating it being quite that powdery. Not to say that I don't like it. I like it very much. It's a very good release. Okay, this I got turned on to by a friend of ours. You may recognize the name in the chat. His name is Germs, and he was kind enough to bring this to my attention. This is Bois et Fruits, and this is the Palais Royal bottle. And he brought this to my attention because the seller had a big batch of them going for a really good price. And this is fantastic. Like the Aramis, I've been trying to go after Surges and Aramises before they get difficult to find and the prices start to jack up. But this is right up my street. This is Plum, and it's really classy. It's something leaning slightly masculine in the idea of Féminité de Bois. So it's kind of the male version, but it's soft, it's classy, and that is one of the better Surges I've picked up in a while. I love Surge. I can't say one is better than the other. I love them all. Another pickup from Anuj, and long on my list of things to add to the collection, musts for the collection. And this is Mitsuko. This is the EDT. Now, I don't know if this is early 2000s, late 90s. I'll be honest, I don't know. If anybody does know, please let me know. Mitsuko is phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. And the bottles and boxes, as usual, in great condition. I will eventually want to go after, as much as I've said it before, as much as I've discovered the EDTs of these vintage fragrances are not to be overlooked. I always thought the EDTs were lighter versions of what they should be, just because I like heavier, darker, richer, denser, more potent fragrances. I'd always overlooked the EDTs. Now that I'm revisiting them, I'm finding out how wonderful they are. However, I still do like parfum versions. So for that Mitsuko, like 19 that I've shown before, and I have just a scant bit of this 19 parfum extrait. I'd like to get that Mitsuko parfum extrait. It's a pretty penny for a small bottle of that, but someday I'd like to get my nose on that. I'm sure it's phenomenal. Okay. I guess this is turning out to be an EnchantéPerfumes.com video. Another random act of kindness from Anuj. Anuj knows that I like the house of Jean Couturier, and I have a bottle of the Monsieur Couturier, but a smaller bottle, and I'm running through it quickly. And he had full bottles that had something wrong with the atomizer or something that wouldn't spray. I don't know what the deal was, but he took it upon himself to decant it into this bottle. And you'll see he just put a tag on it and sent it along with one of my hauls. This is a bottle, by the way. This is a bottle of a fragrance that I actually happen to have. and it is Futuros. And Futuros is by Abusan. Great fragrance. If you ever get a chance, don't dismiss that. It's not a quirky, weird, lost, forgotten, stupid fragrance from the 80s. It's very good. But anyway, he put the Monsieur Couturier just about a full 100 mils decanted and just sent it along out of the kindness of his heart. And that's the kind of little stuff that sets Anuj apart. Another one that I got from him, I also have another small bottle of, and running through quickly is this from the same house, 12 by Jean Couturier. And 12 is fantastic. They both are. They're not far apart from each other, actually. The bottles are great too. I love these bottles. They're like these kind of triangle, really cool bottles. Would not surprise me if this was a Pierre Dinand. Dry, leather, herbal, spicy, really good stuff. Jean Couturier was doing good things back in the day, and again with the pristine releases and packaging, Anuj doesn't play around. There's not a scratch on this bottle, this box rather. You just can't beat that. Okay, what else? Let's see. Okay, this is something I tried a long time ago and was taken by it the first time I smelled it, and this is a Christmas present, I believe, and this is Pascal Morabito's Or Noir. And there is an Or Black out there. There's a couple of other releases from Pascal Morabito of note, but this is the one I like. This is the one I really like. And Or Noir is a wonderful fragrance. Not to be dismissed. Man, it's so good. Down the road, I will give these fragrances the attention they deserve, and give you a better idea of what I get from them. Okay, from our friend Manly Scents in Malta. His name is Keith, and Keith has a stockpile of some absolute gems. Now, I have both of these fragrances I'm about to show you. However, the first one I'll show you, I have a partial that, again, Anuj was kind enough to send along, just so I could get my nose on it. The atomizer is a little bit messed up, but it gave me an idea of how good this fragrance is. So I absolutely had to go after another full bottle, and they are exceptionally difficult to find. However, Keith has a little stockpile of these, and this is Nino Cerruti Porum from 1979. This is certainly in my top 10 fragrances, favorite fragrances of all time, and it's creeping up the charts. It really is just an absolutely stunning fragrance. Beautiful florals. There's mint and galbanum and artemisia at the top. Look at the bottle. Look at the bottle and the box. The condition that Keith keeps these bottles and boxes in is stunning. Really, I mean, there's not a blemish on this box anywhere. Just beautiful. It's a real pleasure to deal with Keith. This is another one, certainly in my top 10 and climbing. I had a bottle of this, or I still do have a bottle of this, and the first one that I got of it, the top was a twinge off, like just a twinge, like the first 30 seconds, and then after that, the fragrance is great. I fell in love with the fragrance, so I went after another bottle, and I'm quickly running through that bottle, so I thought, oh man, this is starting to get hard to find. Prices are starting to creep up, so I want a little more juice just for the scent armory. And this is Pomerleau Uomo. And again, with the boxes and the bottles, in cherry condition. Keith really does take care of. Look at this box, like as if it were brand new. Um, yeah, it's a real pleasure dealing with Keith. He's on Etsy. If you ever looking for something that's hard to find, he might have it. Okay, let's see. We're getting down to the end here, friends. Yes, I think this will just about cap it off. Great way to end the video. This has long been on my list, and this is from the House of Tom Ford. It's called Vert d'Encens. And I don't know what to say about Vert d'Encens, other than it's one of the best damn fragrances I've ever put my nose on. It's just outrageous. It's green. It's green to the 10th power, and it's smoke. That's I don't know what else to say. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I'd like to try some of the rest of this Vert line, as I hear they are worth a go. But scarcity and pricing is silly. Oh, and I brought this out because I wanted to mention it. Of course, this is on another level, but not far off of that. In the same vein is this that I've grown very fond of, and this is Vert Fougere from Florist London. Does kind of the same thing. Green and smoke. That's the best way to describe it, and it's just uber masculine and just really it's perfect on a chilly day. Yeah, those are, I kind of use that Vert Fougere to offset running through the Vert d'Encens. So we all play those games, don't we? Two more things, and then I think we'll wrap it up. I've already shown the Dissandres. I collect shade foams, as I've mentioned, and one day I'll go over them, and that collection's growing too. One I picked up recently from Anuj is from a fragrance I am very fond of, and that is Egoist. And this is the vintage shade foam. How cool is that? And in case you're wondering, these are in perfect condition. I don't shave very often, but I do kind of trim up here and there. And I use these. I don't just let them sit there. I use them, and they are in very good condition considering how old they are. Like for this one, for instance, is 43 years old. I would think 40-something years old. This is the original release from Calvin Klein, and this is Calvin shade foam, which I have, by the way. I have not only the EDT, but I also have the aftershave, and that is the shade foam for it. And this also smells fantastic. Yeah, so well, that's it for haul video number 1 in the can. I will be back shortly since I've gotten all this stuff ironed out, and I feel pretty comfortable about starting to record stuff. I will create a haul series and plug along shortly. So thank you again for all the support, all the encouraging comments. Please, if you can teach me anything about anything you saw here today, any stuff I should be looking for, new directions, old releases, new releases, things you think I might be interested in, drop it in the comments. I really look forward to the interaction. All right, you guys have a great night. Stay grateful. Peace.